A quiet night begins. Imagine a world without electricity. No glowing screens, no noise of traffic, no constant notifications, only darkness and the soft flicker of candlelight. It is a cold evening somewhere in medieval Europe. Outside, the wind moves slowly through narrow village paths. The sky is filled with stars, clear, bright, untouched by modern light. Inside a small stone house, a family prepares for the night. This is where our story begins. The medieval home. The home is simple. Thick stone walls keep out the cold wind. A wooden roof creaks gently as the night settles in. The floor is not polished wood or marble. It is packed earth, firm, uneven, and worn by years of footsteps. There are no separate rooms like modern houses. Everything happens in one shared space: cooking, sleeping, working, living. At the center of the home is a fire. It burns slowly, giving warmth and light. The smell of smoke fills the air, mixed with the scent of wood, herbs, and cooked food. The heart of the house. The fire is everything. It provides heat during harsh winters. It cooks the meals. It gives light in the darkness. Above it hangs a simple iron pot. Inside, a stew, made from whatever the family has. Vegetables from the garden, bits of meat if they are lucky, sometimes just herbs and grains. The meal is not luxurious, but it is enough, and in this time, that is everything. The family. A mother sits near the fire. She holds her 2 children close. One sleeps peacefully against her shoulder. The other watches the flame, slowly drifting into sleep. Her face is tired, but calm. She has worked all day, fetching water, preparing food, caring for the household. Life is not easy, but it is steady. The father's work. In the corner, the father sits quietly. His hands are rough, marked by years of labor. He works the land, fields of grain, under sun, rain, and cold. His days begin before sunrise and end long after sunset. Tonight he eats slowly, speaking little, because words are not always necessary. Silence is part of life here.
Light in the darkness. There are no electric lights, only candles. Small flames dancing in the dark. They cast soft shadows on the walls. The room feels alive, but also peaceful. The darkness is not something to fear. It is something familiar, something natural. Night falls. As the fire burns lower, the family prepares to sleep. There are no soft mattresses, no large beds. They sleep on simple straw pallets, covered with rough blankets. The children sleep first, their breathing slow and steady. The mother lies beside them, listening to the quiet. Sounds of the night. Outside, the village is silent. Occasionally, the wind passes through. A distant animal moves in the darkness. A wooden door creaks somewhere far away. But inside the home, there is only stillness, a calm that modern life has almost forgotten. A slower world. Time moves differently here. There are no clocks ticking loudly, no schedules filled with urgency. Life follows nature. The sun rises, the sun sets, the seasons change, and people live within that rhythm. Morning will come. Soon, The fire will fade, the candles will burn out, and the house will fall into complete darkness. But not for long, because morning will come again. The sun will rise, and life will begin once more. Final calm thought. As you imagine this quiet home, this simple life, this peaceful night, notice how different it feels. Slower, quieter, more connected. A world without constant noise. A world where silence is not empty, but full. And now, let your mind rest in that calm place. A small medieval home, a quiet fire, a peaceful night, and nothing else.
Part 2. A day begins in silence. The first light of morning. Before the sun fully rises, the world is already waking. Not with alarms, not with noise, but slowly, naturally. A faint gray light begins to enter through the small window. The fire, which once burned bright through the night, is now only glowing embers, soft, fading, quiet. Inside the home, the family still sleeps, wrapped in blankets, breathing slowly. But the day is coming. The sound that wakes the village. In the distance, a rooster calls. Its voice echoes through the village, not loud enough to disturb, but enough to signal something important. Morning has arrived. This is how people wake, not by machines, but by nature. The mother rises first. The mother opens her eyes, slowly. There is no rush, no urgency, just the quiet understanding that the day has begun. She carefully moves so she does not wake the children. The room is still cold. The fire must be brought back to life. Bringing back the fire. She kneels beside the hearth, gently blowing on the glowing embers. A small flame appears, then grows. She adds pieces of wood, slowly, carefully. Soon the fire is alive again. The warmth returns. The light flickers across the stone walls. The home begins to feel alive once more. The morning chores begin. There is no pause, no long rest. The day begins with work. Water must be collected. The well is outside. She wraps herself in a shawl and steps into the cool morning air. The village is quiet. Only a few others are awake. Village at dawn. Mist hangs low over the ground. The earth is damp. The sky slowly turns from gray to pale gold. Other villagers move silently, carrying buckets, tending to animals. Everyone knows what must be done. There is no need to speak. The weight of water. At the well, she lowers the bucket. The rope creaks softly. The sound of water echoes below. She pulls it back up, heavy, cold, real. Every drop matters, because water is life.
Returning home, she walks back carefully, balancing the bucket, step by step. Inside the home, the children begin to stir. One turns slightly, still half asleep. The other opens their eyes, quietly observing the morning. A simple breakfast. Breakfast is not large, not complicated. A piece of bread, maybe some leftover stew, warm water, or thin milk. The family eats together, without distraction, without noise, just presence. The father prepares for work. The father stands, stretching slowly. His body carries the weight of many days of labor, but there is no complaint. This is life. He gathers his tools, simple tools made of wood and iron. He steps outside. The day has truly begun. The fields await.
Beyond the village, the fields stretch out, wide, open, covered in morning dew. This is where most of life happens, planting, harvesting, working with the land. The rhythm of the fields is the rhythm of life. The animals stir. Back at the home, animals begin to wake. Chickens cluck softly. A cow shifts in its place. Perhaps a goat calls out gently. They too are part of the family's survival. They must be fed, cared for, watched. Work without end. The mother continues her work, cleaning, preparing, repairing clothing. Every task matters. Every moment is used. But still there is calm. No rushing, no panic, just steady movement. The sun finally rises above the horizon. Golden light spreads across the land, touching rooftops, fields, trees, and the small stone home. It is a new day, simple, quiet, full of work, but also full of life. A gentle reflection. As you imagine this morning, notice the difference. No noise, no pressure, no endless distractions, just breath, movement, nature, and time moving slowly. Let your mind stay in this peaceful morning, a quiet village, a gentle sunrise, a simple life.
Part 3. Life in the Fields. The walk to the fields. As the sun rises higher into the sky, the village slowly empties. People leave their homes, walking along narrow dirt paths, carrying tools, moving quietly, together, but also alone. The father walks with steady steps, the ground beneath him still damp from the night, each step familiar, each path known by heart. There are no signs, no roads as we know them, just worn trails created by years of walking. The open land. Soon the houses fade behind him, and a land opens, wide, endless. Fields stretching in every direction, some green with growing crops, others brown and resting. The air feels different here, fresher, cooler, filled with the scent of earth and grass. Work begins slowly. There is no sudden rush, no loud command. Work begins naturally. He places his tools down, looks over the land, observes. Because farming is not just labor, it is understanding, knowing the soil, the weather, the rhythm of nature. The ground must be turned, seeds must be planted, weeds must be removed. Each movement is slow, intentional, repetitive, but not meaningless. Every action supports life. Every effort leads to survival. The sun climbs higher. As the morning passes, the sun grows stronger. The warmth spreads across the fields. Clothing becomes heavier. Sweat forms. But still, the work continues. There are no machines, no shortcuts, only hands and time. Between moments of effort, there is stillness. The sound of wind moving through the crops, soft, gentle, almost like a whisper. Birds call in the distance, occasionally landing near the fields, searching for seeds, watching quietly. Other workers are scattered across the land, small figures in the distance, bending, standing, moving slowly. There is no need for conversation. Everyone understands the work. Everyone shares the same rhythm. A moment of rest. After hours of labor, there is a pause. He sits beneath a tree. The shade cool and calm. Breathing slows. The body rests. There is no clock, no strict break time, just a natural moment when the body asks for stillness. A simple midday meal. From a cloth, he takes out food, bread, perhaps cheese, maybe a small portion of dried meat. It is eaten slowly, without hurry, without distraction, each bite simple but satisfying. The sky above. Lying back for a moment, he looks up. The sky is wide and open. Clouds drift slowly. There is a quiet beauty in this, a kind of peace that comes from simplicity. Nothing complicated, nothing overwhelming, just sky and breath. The work continues. Soon the rest ends and the work resumes. There is always more to do, more soil to prepare, more crops to care for, because the harvest will decide everything: food, survival, winter, life. A deeper thought. As you imagine this life, notice how different it feels. There is effort, there is hardship, but there is also clarity. No confusion, no endless noise, just a simple purpose: to live, to provide, to continue. The slow passing of time. The day moves forward gently. No sudden changes, no rush, just the steady movement of time, the sun crossing the sky, the shadows slowly shifting, the body working, then resting, then working again. Closing calm. And as the afternoon begins to fade, the fields grow quieter again. The work will soon end, the journey home will begin, and the cycle will continue, as it always has. Let your mind stay here, in the open fields, under the quiet sky, with the soft wind moving through the land. Part 4. The evening return. The day gently ends. As the sun begins to lower in the sky, the light softens, the heat fades, and the long day of work slowly comes to an end. In the fields, movement becomes slower. Tools are set aside. Hands, tired and worn, finally rest. There is no sudden stop, just a quiet understanding that it is time to return home. The walk back. The father begins his walk back to the village. The same path, but now in golden evening light. The ground feels different, warmer, drier. The air carries a calm stillness. Birds return to their nests. The wind slows. Everything begins to settle. The village at sunset. From a distance, the village appears again. Small homes, thin trails of smoke rising from rooftops, the soft glow of firelight beginning to appear inside. It feels peaceful, safe, familiar. Entering the home again. The wooden door opens with a soft creak. Inside, the warmth of the fire greets him. The room glows with gentle orange light. The children are awake, sitting quietly, watching. The mother turns slightly and gives a small, tired smile. No words are needed. The day is understood by all. The fire burns brighter. The fire has been carefully maintained, wood added slowly through the day. Now it burns stronger again, casting light across the walls. Shadows move gently. The room feels alive, but calm. Preparing the evening meal. The mother moves near the fire, stirring the pot. The smell of food fills the air, warm, simple, comforting. The meal is not large, but it is shared, and that makes it enough. Eating together. The family sits close, on wooden stools or simple benches. They eat slowly. There is no rush, no distraction, only quiet presence. The children speak softly. The parents listen. Small moments, simple words, but meaningful. The light grows softer. As night approaches, the light begins to dim. The sun disappears. The window darkens. Only the fire and a single candle remain. The room becomes quieter, slower, more peaceful. Evening tasks. There is still a little work to do. Clothes are repaired. Tools are checked. Small things that must be done, but everything is done gently, without stress, without urgency. The children grow sleepy. Their eyes grow heavy. One leans against the mother. The other curls up near the fire. Sleep comes naturally here. No bright lights, no noise, just warmth and calm. The world outside. Outside, the village is silent. The sky is dark now, filled with stars, brighter than anything seen in modern cities. The air is cool, still, peaceful. Preparing for sleep. Inside the home, the fire is reduced slightly, just enough to keep warmth through the night. Blankets are laid out, simple straw bedding prepared. The family gathers close for warmth, for comfort, for rest. A moment of stillness. There is a quiet moment before sleep. No talking, no movement, just breathing, slow, deep, calm. Closing calm thought. As you imagine this evening, notice how gentle it feels. The slow return home, the warmth of fire, the quiet presence of family. A life without noise, without rush, without endless distraction. Let your mind rest here, inside this small stone home, with the soft glow of firelight and the calm of a quiet night. Part 5. The Quiet of the Night. The world falls silent. The night has fully arrived. There is no glow of cities, no distant traffic, no artificial light, only darkness, and the soft presence of the stars above. Inside the small stone home, everything is still. The last light of the fire that once filled the room with warmth, now burns low. Small flames, soft embers, a gentle glow. It no longer lights the entire room. Only small shapes can be seen now, fading into shadow. The candle flickers. A single candle remains. Its flame moves slowly, almost like it is breathing. Each flicker softer than the last. The walls dance with shadows, calm, unhurried. The family at rest. The children are already asleep, their breathing slow, even, peaceful. The mother lies beside them, her eyes closed, her body finally at rest. The father rests nearby, still, silent, after a long day of labor. The air inside the home. The air is warm, but cooling slowly. The scent of wood smoke lingers, mixed with earth and fabric. Everything feels grounded, simple, real. Sounds of the night. Outside, the world is quiet, but not empty. A soft breeze passes through the village. You can almost hear it, moving gently past the walls. Somewhere in the distance, an animal shifts. Leaves rustle lightly, but nothing disturbs the calm. Deep rest. Sleep in this world is different. It comes naturally,
without effort, without interruption. No bright screens, no sudden noise, just darkness and the rhythm of breath.
Time slows down. There is no clock, no ticking, no awareness of hours passing. Time becomes something soft, something quiet. It flows without being noticed. The sky above. Above the small home, the sky stretches endlessly. Stars fill the darkness, clear, bright, still. The same stars seen thousands of years ago, unchanged, watching silently over the sleeping village. A world without noise. Imagine living like this. No constant information, no overwhelming speed, just presence, just quiet, just life moving at its natural pace. A final calm thought. As you rest in this moment, notice the stillness, the warmth, the quiet comfort of a simple life. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more is expected. Only rest.